Hello, everybody. Welcome to Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk, brought to you by Belly Up Sports, the sports podcasting network. You got to check them out, man. They got a website with all kinds of different podcasts, NHL, NBA, all kinds of stuff that is covered there. Today, we're going to go into Matthew Stafford is a dark day in Detroit, where I'm all wearing dark colors. Kurt, same thing. So we're going to go into that. There is a bunch of moves in our organization in the office. So we're going to go into that. The front office moves over the weekend, the roller coaster that is the Detroit Lion fandom. And we'll go into that today as well. But first, I'm going to bring in my main man, the man of steel himself, Kurt Steele.
What up, though? Welcome to the show, people. You know who we are. We are Detroit Lions on the prowl, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. Join the family, subscribe to the channel. Catch us weekdays right here, 11 a.m. on our channel for the premieres of our show. And that's Eastern Standard Time. Yes. And join the chat. And if you want to get your comments right up front, join the super chat. Pay a little extra and get your comments right up front where you want them to be. And as Jim said, go over to BellyUpSports.com and check it out. And you will find our show right over there as well. And it's time to get this thing started.
Right now.
Let's go. Welcome back to the show, people. Hey, we have someone special on the show today. Give it up to my man, Chris, the right stuff. He is the staff. He is our research and information guy. He is a member of the Dan Patrick School of Sportscasting, my alma mater. Hey, Chris, how you doing, my man?
Hey, good morning, Kurt and Jim. I'm doing good. Excited to be here. Sad day for the Lions, unfortunately, but I'm happy to join you guys this morning.
All right. Hey, Jim, come on, man. Talk to me about one of the darkest days in Lions history.
All right, we're going to go into it real quick. Matthew Stafford has decided to part ways. It's his choice, guys. He wants to leave. He wants out. Who could blame him? I know, massive heart attack coming to join you. That's an old reference. I don't think people get that. Stafford haters, you got your wish. Everybody that said they wanted him out, everybody that said that they wanted Stafford gone, he just needs to go. Who you got to replace him with? We don't care. Well, guess what? Your new quarterback is going to be the subject of scrutiny on this show and probably many others because you decided that you wanted Matthew Stafford gone. You're the ones that wanted to push him out. And I hate to say this, but I think you had a very big effect on him leaving. I really do. I think the comments got to his wife, and I think there was a lot of things. If I'm not appreciated here, why do I stay? And congratulations, you got your wish. And let's start our 10 years of hell.
Right now. And talking about that stuff with Kelly, think about how some of the fans treated his family. When the whole COVID thing, and they were telling them that, why don't you get out of here with that? You're contagious, and kicking the kids out of the park. And I mean, it was just bananas the way that this last year the fan base treated Stafford and his family. It was. Yeah. I'll understand why he wanted to go. A lot of Lions fans, and the sad thing is those few people affected something that most Lions fans don't want to happen. You see the panic that happened on social media because Stafford said he wanted to go. This is not a popular opinion. I would say you got a good 20% of the fan base that's saying, okay, yeah, he can go. But I would say a good 75 to 80% of the fan base wants Stafford to stay. Stafford has done more for the Lions, and I'm not even talking about on the field. This is off the field. The stuff in the community of Detroit. Look at his partnership with the Detroit Lions Academy. He has to put that playground over there for that school, and just all the charity work he does in the community. It's a sad day for me. It was so terrible to hear that Matthew Stafford said he was ready to go. He's ready to leave Detroit. But I understand. I can get where he's coming from.
I get where he's coming from, but tough. All these people that think, we'll just get somebody else and that's going to be great. Ask the Jets how long it takes to get a quarterback. Ask Cleveland how long it takes to get a quarterback. The Washington football team went and got somebody they had to. They went and got somebody that had a limp and a bad leg, and basically it was a miracle he ever came back to the NFL. Why? Because they drafted a quarterback, and guess what? Didn't work out.
Yeah, didn't.
You guys that wanted him gone and had no solution for who was going to replace him. Good luck. I want to go to our intern Chris now. Can you give us some stats on Matthew Stafford's career in Detroit?
Yeah, so Matthew Stafford was the number 1 overall pick by Detroit back in 2009. He was by far the best quarterback taken in that draft. Number 2 is butt fumble Mark Sanchez. He was drafted by Jim Schwartz, and he was pretty much starting from, day 1, September 6th, he got his first start. He's got a bunch of awards and records, both as a Lions player and as just an NFL overall. He's the 2011 NFL Comeback Player of the Year. He holds the NFL record for most pass attempts in a single season, 727 total passes. That was back in 2012. He's the first player in NFL history to complete 60% or more of his passes in every game in a single season. He holds the records pretty much for being the fastest player to reach 20,000 yards, 30,000, 40,000, and 45,000. And for quarterbacks, he has the most passing yards in his first 100 games. And he's the fastest player to 3,000 completions. So while everybody is saying they want Stafford out, he's been very, very good for the Lions and very steady.
He holds a lot of records for the Detroit franchise too. Do you know anything about that? Or
he holds over 30 of the Lions franchise records and 18 NFL records.
Wow.
30?
Over 30, yeah.
Over 30 records. Come on,
let's
man.
Get rid of that guy because that makes sense.
Yeah, let's get rid of him.
Not to mention he started all 16 games 9 times for the Lions. We often see him play through injury. So he's been a tough guy and reliable for the Lions for a long time.
And he's had no help.
Wow.
He's had
no help. 4 head coaches as well.
Wow. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
We appreciate that. And here's one thing that the Lions fans and just people who don't know football really, and I hate to say it like that, you look at his age and people say, oh, he's getting old. You got to look at that for an athlete. If you look at that mid-30s, right, that early to mid-30s, that's when everything comes into fruition, where they get their body's good and they have the best knowledge of the game. That's where when you got the smartest area of a quarterback. Look at Tom Brady's 30s. Look at Michael Jordan's 30s. That's when the athlete is in sync. He has that his body's mature and his game is mature, his mind is mature, and he's able to really put all of those things together. Look at LeBron James in his early 30s, in his late 30s. Look at Kobe Bryant. That's what, look at those guys, those athletes when they were in that 30, that 30, 32, 33-year-old, 34-year-old time frame. That is going to be the prime of their career as an athlete. And we're just going to let them walk out the door because our fan base doesn't know how to treat these people.
I'm going to throw you a wild theory. And it's the only way. It's one of the few ways I think this could be a move that makes any sense whatsoever. Aaron Rodgers wants out of Green Bay.
Yeah.
And guess what? Who do you think he could replace to stick it to them twice a year?
Man, hey.
He wouldn't go to the Bears. That's too big of a rivalry. But the Lions, that might be okay.
Man, shoot. I'll put it like this. For all the hate I have for Aaron Rodgers, if he was a Lion,
he's my quarterback.
That's my quarterback.
How would you guys feel if Matthew Stafford gets traded and somehow we acquire Aaron Rodgers?
That's a good question. That is a very good question.
Because after that NFC Championship game, he stated he does not know what his future is, and he looked totally upset. at the end of that game.
He looked disheveled. Yeah, he definitely looked
really
very upset. And you think about the fashion how they lost that game, where I mean they had chances, but to be honest with you, the Bucks led pretty much from wire to wire. I mean, it was they never lost the lead. They won the wire to wire win for Brady and the Bucks. Tampa Tom did his thing up there.
Oh man, look at how old he is.
Yeah,
and you're wondering about Stafford. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's what though,
all kinds of trade rumors out there. It's so funny because there was a lot of people that said, "Oh, he's not worth nothing," and "Oh, we'll find out how much he's worth when you trade him." And I'm hearing, number
out
one
the gate
from San Francisco. I'm hearing the Bears want him. I know
multiple. Yeah,
Dallas is going to want give up Amari Cooper and what was that other guy's name? I'm sorry,
Michael Gallup. Michael Gallup. Mm-hmm.
Two big time wide receivers.
They're actually they're two best wide receivers, arguably, except for CeeDee Lamb.
And they'd be willing to give them up, and we probably could get Dak.
Yeah, probably could get Dak. I'll put like this: Jerry Jones has been in love with Matthew Stafford. He's a Texas guy. He's right there out of the Dallas area, out in Highland Park, Texas. And Jerry Jones would absolutely love to have Matthew Stafford. He's been after Matthew Stafford for a while, and Stafford just kept signing with the Lions. But if Jerry Jones can get him into a number 9 jersey for the Cowboys,
I think Denver would be a fit.
Denver would be a fit as well.
Would be a fit depending on Big Ben.
There's a lot of teams.
Is a huge fit.
Indy is one of those teams you got to watch out for.
Indianapolis is probably the number 1 right now. I hear people saying New Orleans, but he's not going to New Orleans.
No, he's not.
I'm going to tell you why. Because New Orleans is in cap hell.
Yeah, they are.
New Orleans is going to have to cut people, and they're not going to be able to take his salary. So that's a pipe dream for them.
Yeah, definitely. If you look at, and we'll talk about this when we get into news and rumors. Here's the sad thing for me about one of the sad things that's about Matthew Stafford leaving. They're actually putting a front office staff, and a coaching staff together that probably could put a team around Matthew Stafford. And he's like, I'm out.
Yeah, I know. But let's get to the roller coaster that was this weekend. We're going to do the comment cards later in the show. Normally we do them right now, but there's just so much to get into. I think we should just get into that today.
Yeah.
The roller coaster, we signed Anthony Lynn as our offensive coordinator. This guy's got 4 years head coaching experience. He's 33 and 31 with the Chargers. And guess what? He's won a playoff game, folks. He's 1-1. So, the DC gets officially signed, and that is Chris? Anyone? Aaron Glenn. Come on now, guys.
Aaron Glenn. Yeah.
It is early when we do this show, guys.
It is early. Yeah, Aaron Glenn. Hey, Chris, tell us a little give me some stats on his career as a coach. Like, tell me where he's been as a head coach or as a coach in general.
Yeah, so Anthony Lynn, he started off with the Denver Broncos in their special teams assistant. Then he moved down to Jacksonville, where he was the running backs coach from 2003 to 2004. 05 to 06, he was the running back coach for the Dallas Cowboys. 07 to 08, he was the Cleveland Browns running back head coach. Then he goes up north, 2009 to 2012. He's the New York Jets running back coach. He ends up getting promoted within the Jets and becomes the assistant head coach there from 2013 to 14. Then he moves over to the Buffalo Bills, where he's the assistant head coach as well as the running back coach. In 2016, he becomes the intern head coach for the Buffalo Bills. And then last year, from 2017 to 2020, we saw him as the Los Angeles Chargers head coach. A lot of people credit him with the success of Justin Herbert early on. But we saw him lose a lot of winnable games last year, and I think that's why he lost his job.
Thank you,
Chris. Thanks, man.
Man, I'll tell you what, we have done this front office. To me, I don't know if this is all going to work and all these personalities are all getting along in harmony or not. I have some question on that, to be quite honest about it. But in our news and rumors, Detroit Lions news and rumors, we have this first ex-Chiefs Browns GM John Dorsey to take a prominent role in the Detroit Lions front office. The Lions are adding one of the best talent evaluators in the NFL. You pair him with Brad Holmes. He's the NFL side to what Brad Holmes is to college, I think. What do you think about this move?
Yeah, I like the move. As long as he stays in his lane, I think we'll be great.
Yeah, Dorsey has a confrontational nature to him. And when
he does.
He doesn't react well to others. He doesn't play well with others sometimes.
Yeah,
and that's what led to him getting out of the Chiefs organization. Maybe he's learned something, but he's like 60 years old or something like that. So he's
he's one of those guys. He's a get off my lawn type of dude. So if you just let him, hey, you here, John, you sit yourself in your office, and this is what we need you to do, and you stay and you do what you need to do, and he gets us some good veterans. I'm good with him, you know what I'm saying? As long as he stays in his lane, that's just my thing. You know, he has that confrontational, like you said, you know, that led to him being actually gone from the Browns as well. So
I'm gonna say this. I think Spielman balances him out.
Yeah,
I don't think he's going to go all crazy on Spielman.
Yeah, because Spielman know how to say it with his chest.
You out.
Yeah, Spielman say it with his chest, like, "Hey, bro, you need to calm that down." So
calm that down.
yeah.
But no, I mean, we bring in somebody that can really evaluate talent, and this isn't the only guy. I mean, we're just this front office is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life, but I think it might work because this guy's got experience as a GM. He's helped build the Chiefs and the Browns, and both of those organizations are going pretty well right now, I would say. So we got all that going on. And Kurt, what was the next thing that happened?
Well, another roller coaster ride. We have the Lions hiring Ray Agnew from the Rams as an assistant GM. Detroit hires Agnew. Agnew is a former NFL player, having been drafted by the Patriots in the first round of the 1990 draft. Hey, that was the year I graduated high school. Hey, he enjoyed an 11-year playing career with the Patriots, Giants, and Rams. After his playing career, he joined the Rams, rising up in the ranks until he reached the current position of Director of Pro Personnel, a position that he held for the past 4 years. Interestingly enough, the Lions will now have 2 employees from the Rams front office. Holmes was the director of college scouting. Combined with Agnew, they have people from both sides of player personnel acquisition.
See, I got that wrong. That's my bad. I was thinking of Agnew was the other guy, Dorsey. So I screwed that up. Just to let you guys know, it's Agnew who was the guy that was the pro scout, and then Brad Holmes was the college scout.
Well, think about this. Think about the roster those guys put together out there in Los Angeles, coming even with the veterans and from the college side. You know, good draft picks, and then bringing in like Dante Fowler and Jalen Ramsey and some of those veterans to that team. You know, you have some good personnel evaluators in Agnew and Holmes.
Do you think anyone else has a think tank as good as the Lions right now?
Right now, to me, I think this is going to make coming to Detroit more attractive when you have guys like this coming into the front office.
You got this. I mean, you've got Spielman, who has football experience, football knowledge, knows what he wants in a football player. You got Brad Holmes, who knows his college football like the back of his hand. And then you've got his partner, Ray Agnew, who is an assistant. Throw in Dorsey, who's built like teams like Kansas City Chiefs. He helped with them. He's helped with the Seattle Seahawks at one point, I believe, and also the Browns.
Yeah, he's helped build a lot of championship caliber teams out there.
Rebuild teams.
Yep.
Like that's exactly what we need.
And he actually really, to be honest with you, I mean, I know that the current Browns GM gets a little bit of credit for what they have now, but that team was really actually built by Dorsey. Dorsey really built that team.
He did. And to have him here, and I guess his role here is going to be expanded from what it was there. And that's why the job was more attractive to him. And I think they paid him more money, obviously.
I think Sheila Ford helped open up that checkbook.
More good news for the Lions. Old line coach Frank Haley. He went on an interview, and Kurt, this is going to make you happy. Me too. Is returning to Detroit in 2021.
Whoo, boy, I was so happy. I
too.
was when I saw this on Twitter, because he went out there and interviewed with the Steelers, and I was so like, oh man, you can't let that guy out the building. During the season, there were two guys I really didn't want to leave the staff, but one of them got fired. But one of them was Braden Coombs, and the other one was Hank Fraley. I was like, you cannot let Hank Fraley out of the building. That's one guy you got to keep on the staff. They let him out of the
building, but he came back.
Yeah. Woo.
So
thank goodness.
This is such a conundrum for me because of the fact that, okay, now Matthew Stafford's leaving. So we get that news after, we got Dorsey's news and Anthony Lynn news. And then we get the Agnew news. And it's like, this front office is built to create a winning team, but we have so many holes. It's just, we were 28th in the run game, 32nd in defense. We were 10th in passing, but guess what? Now we won't have Stafford anymore, so that doesn't make any difference.
Yeah.
The thing is, we don't have anything right now. There's just nothing here.
With the thing with the Anthony Lynn hire, and we'll get to that in a second, but it's just like, even with the front office, right? You have 22 players that's going to be leaving the organization. You have 22 free agents that possibly just could be gone. Right. And then you have a $12 million rollover from the cap. So you're going to have some tools to put a team in place. Brad Holmes and his staff is going to have some tools to kind of build a winner. You're going to be able to get younger in the draft, depending on how many draft picks you can get from Matthew Stafford. Right. You're going to have be able to do that. And then you have enough cap space to sign some decent veterans.
Right. And Chris, you had something to add. Chris.
Yeah, I was just going to add, while we were just touching on Hank Fraley, I was really worried that he was going to leave, especially for Pittsburgh, since, he's kind of from the area. He's originally from Maryland, but he went to college at Robert Morris. And then he began his career for the Pittsburgh Steelers back in 2000 as a player. And he kind of stuck around the area for, Pittsburgh to Philly for a while. So he definitely was at risk of leaving, but I'm happy we got him back.
Yeah, me too. I am too. And let's keep going. This has been such a weekend. I mean, just all this happened basically Saturday.
It is crazy. All these, it was like Saturday was bananas.
It was like, wow.
Yeah. All right. So here's a report. The Lions are finalizing the deal with Anthony Lynn to become their next offensive coordinator. Now, Lynn served as the Chargers head coach, we know, for the past 4 seasons. And here's my deal with him. A lot of people don't understand some of the roses he's had in some of the offenses that he's led. He's led a number one passing offense and a number one rushing offense at different times in his career. So he's balanced on both sides of the ball. He has a background as a running backs coach, but he definitely can have a good tutelage in the passing game as well. So he brings a multifaceted set as an offensive coordinator.
All right, let's move it on. We're going to talk a little bit about the Kansas City Chiefs and Tampa Bay Buccaneers. There's hope. You know what I'm saying? Kansas City used to be not very good. Tampa Bay used to be terrible. So
they were us for a long time.
They were us for a long time. I totally agree with that. So all that can be said about this game is I'm looking forward to the 90-year-old Tom Brady against the 18-year-old Patrick.
Yeah, it's young versus old. I mean, I feel like this with the hope. I mean, you look at some of the teams. Look at the teams that were in the playoffs, and you look at Kansas City had a lot of down years. Tampa Bay had a lot of down years. New Orleans had a lot of down years. Buffalo had a lot of down years. Cleveland had a lot of down years. So there's hope for our fan base. And it looks like we're getting some people in place to make sure that we have some bright days ahead. Sheila Fordham, I posted this in our little group chat with the meme that says, "I ain't playing with y'all." So I don't think she's playing right now. She's total upheaval of what's going on in Detroit in the front office and in the coaching staff. Hey, welcome back to the show. It's time for the comment cards. Jim, who you got first?
I got Philippines on demand. He's a friend of the show. He says, hey guys, here's my thoughts. Don't give the money to Galladay. We have too many holes to fill on defense. Bringing back Stafford and draft a young QB, not going to happen. Under him for a year or two. A kid that might surprise a lot of people, is the North Dakota State University quarterback Trey Lance. I believe he has a bright future in the NFL. You and me both actually like Trey Lance.
Yeah.
What do you think about Trey Lance?
I like Trey Lance. I think he needs to be groomed a little bit. I don't think he's a day one starter.
Well, we don't have that luxury anymore, do
we? But I like him, but I don't think we're not gonna bring Stafford back for a year or two. The only caveat to that is it has to make sense, get the compensation. And I think there's a lot of teams going to give compensation for Stafford.
I agree with that.
He's not going to be on the trade market very long. All right. Hunter Volker says, you guys think we should target big name free agents, or should they try to trade for more picks in the draft for a proper rebuild? After the Campbell interview, I really don't care. I just want to see some Lions football.
Me too.
Well, me too. And unfortunately we're a long way from Lions football. So, right. But I'm excited for this offseason to see what the Lions are going to do with this new staff as far as personnel wise and in the draft. So I think some big things are going to be ahead for the Lions.
I hope so. Big Frank 313 says, I can see Detroit trading Stafford to the Jaguars for the first pick and hopefully keeping the 7th. I don't see this. But we could get a top QB and defensive player. Let's see what happens. I don't think we're going to get the number 1 pick. I think Trevor Lawrence is the guy for them. I don't see why they would trade for Stafford and be able to get Trevor Lawrence. I don't see that happen. And
he's the type of quarterback that Urban Meyer likes. So Trevor Lawrence, he's mobile. He's a running type of quarterback, and you look at the quarterbacks that Urban Meyer has done well with. Has been those kind of quarterbacks. All right, Mike and Chris G. What up, fellas? I'm old enough to remember back in the 60s and early 70s when the teams left Detroit or when the Lions were on the road. When you played against the defense, you got beat up, bloodied, and broken. So if Campbell brings that back, I will be so happy. Man, we're going to bite some kneecaps off, baby. We're going to bite some kneecaps on the way
I think it's just a different era. I'm not sure how much we're going to be able to do of the biting in the kneecaps. I'm not sure how much that's going to be legal, but we'll see. Chief 2017. I love this guy. He had fans running into brick walls. It was great. Detroit Pain Train is coming. Hey, you can't use our thing. That's our thing.
That's our pain train, man. We got
new
that.
Pride.
That's us, man.
I got a comment on this new pride thing. I'm sorry. I don't like that. I like the one pride thing. It symbolizes us being a unified community under the Detroit Lions. This new pride thing. I don't know if I think that's
that's more of a restore the roar, not new pride. I got you, brother. I hear what you're saying, but one pride. All right. Last one. Stephen Miller says, I thought we wanted a Lions influence team, not a New Orleans team. What is not really a New Orleans team? You got 2 people from the Rams and you got 2 people from New Orleans.
And you got a former Lion.
Lion. I
don't see this point. I see Aaron Glenn. I understand what you're saying there. But I don't see it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't get what you're saying. I don't get it. I don't get it.
I want to say one more thing about Stafford. Here's another thing that we could do. And if you get Trey Lance, what about picking up Fitzpatrick as a bridge quarterback? Have him start
not the
for
Fitz
a couple
magic.
Of years. I'm just saying he's probably one of the better quarterbacks out there that fits us at this point. If we're going to draft a young guy and we want to sit him, if we want to sit him underneath somebody. I'm not saying sit him because of the fact he's going to learn so much from Fitzpatrick. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying give him that time that he needs to develop with the coaching staff, with the getting used to the offense, all that type of thing. That's what I'm talking about. I don't think Fitzpatrick. I just think Fitzpatrick could be a nice bridge quarterback for us if we actually get a defense, a running game, special team. Pretty much everything we need right now.
Yeah, true.
But okay, those were our Detroit Lions news and rumors for today. And now we're going to go into the question of the day. The question of the day today is, are you happy to see Stafford go? I know a lot of the haters like this question. I don't, but you are going to get your just desserts. And speaking of dessert, it's my favorite time of the show. It's the dessert.
All right, people, you know what it's time for. It's time for some tasty morsels. And the tastiest morsels happened yesterday in the NFC Championship game when the Packers lost on a penalty. Oh my goodness, it is a great day in the morning when you see the Packers finally have some penalties come back and bite them in the behind. Because we all know
like crazy right now.
For years and years, especially when they play Detroit, they get the benefit of the doubt. They get all the calls, and the Lions seem to get all the penalties. And to see them lose
every time a Lions fan brings this up, we're crying and whining because we're losers. I guess that's you too now, because now you're crying and whining because you're losers.
And then it wasn't pass. Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
It was pass interference. It was pass interference. So that's my dessert. That's my dessert for the day. I was so happy to see that the Packers lost.
I want to say this at the end of the year. I want to thank Chris for joining us today. Chris is going to be a member of our morning crew from now on. I mean, yeah, when he can, when he can get up this early.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you, Chris. Thanks for your contribution today, sir.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on today.
Let us know in the comments what you think about Chris and what you think about our little new format coming up here. We want to change some things up. I think it's going to be fun going forward. And really appreciate each and every one of you rocking with us, your comments, everything that you do for us here at Lions on the Prowl, and brought to you by Belly Up Sports. And Kurt, take us home.
Hey, you know who we are. We are Detroit Lions on the Prowl. You're home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. Subscribe to the channel. Join the family. Hey, you are part of us. You are part of our family. Whenever you join the network, you subscribe, you are part of our family. Like the video, share the videos, comment on the videos. All of this helps us get this content to more Lions fans just like yourself. And make sure you join us 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on our channel for the premieres of our show. And you can join the chat live with the show during the premieres. And if you want to get your comments right up front, pay a little bit of extra cheese and get your comments up front with a super chat. You know, hey, and you know what you need to do. If you need some headphones, go down in the description and it's a link for a Skull Candy. You have all of your audio needs right there below in the link. We have some deals for you right down there. Click the link, and those sales from that link help us right here gain revenue for the show. So do that for us. Skull Candy for your audio needs. Now, you know what you got to do. Whatever you do in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For my man, Jim and Chris, right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl, this is Kurt Steele, and I will holler at you real soon.